Hey Pearls, warm greetings and heartiest thanks to listening to me on my Shondipish Astrology YouTube channel. I know it's been long since I made my last video as I got completely engrossed in my studies so that I can bring to light in front of all of you the odds, the facts that has remained so long unheard and untold, and the facts that you should know to enriching your insights for a better kind of living. Today, the topic of astrologization is going to be the analysis of the energy axis of Rahu and Ketu, which I am going to term as the axis of time. The main motto of this video is going to be the presentation of the scientific aspects hidden into the den of the Vedic Hindu astrology scriptures. What I am trying to say is that what NASA or any other scientific organization belonging from any other country is trying to understand now at this point of time in the language of Vedic Hindu astrology, be it metaverse, be it black hole, or be it the gravitational force, everything, all the aspects related with science has already been scripted into the language of Vedic Hindu astrology. I think it's very hard to believe whatever I am trying to say, but at the end of this video you are going to believe this, that's for sure. And that's a promise from the admin of Shondipish Astrology YouTube channel dedicated to making astrology for all, sending the right essence that Vedic Hindu astrology wants to teach us, so that we can stay in line or in course of the track traffic police is asking us to move forward to, so that Mother Earth can brim our heart with happiness, that you may also term as moksha, the freedom in the ultimate bliss of abundance. Okay, making the video precise, I am just diving deep into the topic of astrologization of this constant video. First of all, let's start understanding the significance of the arrival of a soul into this world of Maya, or this world of Earth, Mother Nature, into the lap of Mother Nature. Suppose, as is clearly evident in my other videos, you have already been able to learn that at the time of birth, babies cry, and till a baby cries at the time of his or her birth, we do not start existing in this world of Maya. To be precise, the cries of a baby marks the arrival of a particular soul in this world of Maya. Now the basic question stands: why does a baby cry? A baby cries simply because of the fact that all the lessons that he or she has learned from the experiences through cycle of previous births, the verdict of the nemesis at the ultimate court of justice, on the basis of those series of mistakes that we have kept on doing or committing through the cycle of births till this present birth, and the exact road leading to the rectification of those concerned mistakes. Don't take it in this way that Nemesis makes us forget all those odds from our previous births for the purpose of getting us into troubles, for punishing us. Rather, the fact is entirely different. The sole intent from the ultimate code of the Nemesis is to smoothening our road for this concerned existing birth, because remembrance of our past deeds will turn our everyday and nights into nightmares, because our deeds are those. And again, we forget the roadmap leading to the rectification of our very self. We forget that roadmap because Nemesis does not very much respects our free will, and it does not want to thrust upon our free will any kind of obligations, so that we can live on our own, so that we can choose on our own and live completely with freedom, with utmost freedom, understanding the situations the way we see it getting present in front of us. So, Nemesis ultimately wants or respects very much the freedom of choosing, the freedom of every soul. That's for sure. Now let's move forward and try to understand the illusory representation of situations, or the Maya, whatever you may term it. Because we have already learnt that we are taught necessary lessons through illusory representation of situations for the rectification of our very self, based on the prarabdhial significance of our previous births, or the karmic legacy that we have been carrying forward to this existing birth. And thus letting us to adopting the rectified and the most appropriate behavioral responses to the mother nature, or to all our counterparts, or to all kinds of spouses that we encounter every day in course of living in this world of Maya, so that Mother Earth can bless us with the ultimate freedom in the name of moksha, in the ultimate bliss of abundance that she has been offering for all of her children. Now, whether we will self-understand or see the reality behind the illusory representation of situations present in front of us in the shape of black curtain in front of our very eyeballs, or we get succumbed or lured to material benefits or profits for our very self, being completely oblivious of the very purpose of the arrival of our soul in this world of Maya. Will be completely our decision. And here I want to assert very firmly that whatever we will do, whatever we will decide is predefined according to our prarabdha. Now, pause, let's move forward a bit and try to understand the energy axis of the significance of the energy axis of Rahu and Ketu. Rahu and Ketu axis simply indicates the illusory representation of situations present in front of us for the rectification of our very self based on the prarabdhial significance or the karmic legacy that we are carrying forward to this existing birth concerned. I mean to say the Ketu. Now, the topic of astrologization in this video is going to be the vivid analysis of the ways leading us to the attainment of the ultimate awareness, enabling us to discerning the real from the illusory, to adopting the most appropriate and the rectified behavioral responses to the mother nature, and thus ultimately channelizing our free will to the traffic police or the nemesis is asking us to move forward to, so that we can also taste the blessings of Mother Earth in the shape of abundance, ultimately leading us to the happiness of moksha. Now pause, as I have promised earlier at the advent of this video, that the metaverse, the black hole, the gravitational force, all can be analyzed through proper insight into the den of Vedic Hindu astrology that has still been beyond the reach of many kind of scientific organization of our first generation countries, or whatever we may term it. We term it as the first worlds, the most advanced countries. So, how many of you have heard the famous line quoting "time and tide waits for none"? But simply here you have to understand there is no concept of time in our cosmos, in this universe. You should better term it as metaverse. It is us, the human beings, who have introduced the concept of time for our own benefits, like measuring or measurement. But you will have to understand that this concept of time introduced by human beings is also relevant to something else. It is relevant to something else. And in this universe, everything is moving forward and forward for infinity, to getting destroyed, only to getting created again. And this very process of getting destroyed to getting created again, and the repetition of the same process time and time again, is the only concept of this entire universe. In fact, in this universe, nothing has any kind of capacity of self-reacting. Everything simply is moving in its own way for infinity, forward and forward towards getting destroyed to getting created again. It is as simple as this. I'll move one step forward and will assert that in fact there is no existence of anything. Everything that exists is simply the black hole, and the rest is only the process towards the creation of that, with the destruction of everything to let things getting created again. It is as simple as this. Whatever we see, the things exist, take it in this way, that things exist the moment we start conceptualizing the same and it is entirely relative to our thought pattern. The way we think things happen in the same way. It is as simple as this. So, everything that we see or that we feel is relative to our will or to our wish, and our wish or our will be according to our prarabdha, present in front of us in the shape of black curtain in front of our very eyeballs. And the moment we decide to hiding that black curtain of relativity present in front of our eyeballs by closing our eyelids, everything turns out to becoming black again. And this very same concept is followed in the process of creation of the black hole, getting destroyed to getting created again. It is as simple as this. So, Pearls, you are getting it right, that the concept of metaverse, the concept of black hole, whatever is NASA is trying to understand at this present moment has already been described many years back in scriptures of ancient Vedic Hindu astrology. And here you will have to understand that everything that exists is simply relative. The only concept of relativity persists. The only concept of metaverse persists. So whatever you are seeing it here now is also happening in other universe, and that universe is related with that universe. That way you will think things will start getting reflected in front of you from that universe in the shape of illusory representation of situations, and I will explain it later. I'm coming to that point again. Don't get worried. It is science. It is exactly the science that human beings should be taught in all kinds of universities to get in the utmost height of education. Now, Pearls, let's understand the anti-clockwise motion of planets in our natal charts. Why is it described in this way? Why has that been described in this way? We know that planets in natal charts move anti-clockwise, whereas everything in this universe is moving forward and forward for infinity towards getting towards getting destroyed to getting created again. So you should have to conceptualize the fact in this way that the moment we get birth in this world of Maya, we get stopped for a while to complete a cycle of realization for the rectification of our very self. And the moment we die, we again become one again with the ultimate motion towards getting destroyed to getting created for infinity. It is as simple as this. Now, baby's cry at the time of birth for the reason that he or she understands at that instant that the ultimate awareness of moving forward and forward will get paused a bit for a while. Though he or she will keep on moving forward and forward, but that ultimate awareness of moving forward will get snatched from him or her for a bit, for a while, for attaining the material realization required for the rectification of his or her very self. And trust me that you will keep on getting detached from that ultimate awareness time and time again till you get yourself rectified. The moment you will get rectified, you will become one again with the ultimate creator, residing side by side with him, seeing the live telecast of the process of creation and destruction, staying in the course of moving forward and forward for infinity. The entire cosmos is moving too. Now let's move forward and try to understand the energy axis of Rahu and Ketu in the terms of energy axis of time. Here first I will just like to add that I will term the energy axis of Rahu and Ketu as the axis of time. Rahu and Ketu, the movement or the transit of Rahu and Ketu are termed as retrograde, but you have to believe as they are moving clockwise. But here you have to understand the very basic fact that our motion is retrograde. The motion of Rahu and Ketu indicates the exact motion the entire cosmos is moving to, is the exact and the right and the appropriate direction the entire cosmos is moving to. Our lifespan is simply just a point of time zone around which we keep on revolving for the rectification of our very soul to get one with the ultimate creator. And our revolving pattern is very much similar with that of the pattern of the revolution of all the planets existing in our solar system, moving forward and forward to getting destroyed into the black hole to get created again. And the planets present in the solar system represent our emotions, represents our feelings, through which these planets keep us bound in chains of this world of Maya in a certain point of time zone of lifespan. As they are kept bound, they means as the planets are kept bound in the solar system, and we term this force as gravitational force. And here you have to understand that the planets keep us bound in a constant point of time zone of lifespan through illusory representation of situations, and they are bound in the same way to get revolving around the sun to getting destroyed into the black hole through gravitational force. So this gravitational force and the illusory representation of situations are the same kind of force. The illusory representation of situation keep us bound to the solar system moving forward to getting destroyed into the black hole, and the gravitational force and the term used in our science books as gravitational force is the force that keep the planets bound with the sun to get moving forward to getting destroyed into the black hole to get created again. So the gravitational force or the illusory representation of situations are the same kind of force. Have not I told you that is a real science that everyone need to know. Now, the moment we will understand, the moment we'll be able to see the reality hidden behind the illusory representation of situations, we will be able to free ourselves from the constraints of the gravitational force. And this illusory representation or gravitational force is the Rahu. And the severity of the gravitational force or the illusory representation of situations trying to keep us bound in the constraints of time zone of lifespan will be according to the prarabdhial significance of our previous births or the karmic legacy that we have been carrying forward to this existing births concerned, that is the Ketu. So the moment we will be able to understand our karmic legacy, we will be able to see the reality hidden behind the illusory representation of situations, and we will be able thus to freeing ourselves from the constraints of the point of the so-called time zone of lifespan. Now, to sum up, I'll sum up in this way that Rahu Ketu axis is the axis of time that will have to break free. Rahu is the insatiable desire. Rahu is our insatiable desire, keeping the ascendant always engrossed in illusory representation of situations which will be according to our product, the Ketu. It is as simple as this. So that is the Rahu Ketu axis stands for, and you will have to understand it in this way. Now, there are a lot more videos coming as the on this segment of Rahu Ketu axis scripted in the scriptures of Vedic Hindu astrology, serial by serial, and after a long break, and that long break was because of my studies or satisfying my inner self with knowledge that this world runs on. And I want to share this with you only to enriching your insight, only for the purpose of spreading this knowledge so that everyone gets educated in the most appropriate way, bringing about transformation in their behavioral reactions and responses towards everyone they are encountering in this world of Maya while living. So thank you from the deepest core of my heart for listening to me on my Shandipisha Astrology YouTube channel. Stay happy and stay blessed, and wait for my next video that is going to come. And don't forget to like or subscribe if you like it or not. And if you don't like it, still watch this video only to enriching your insight. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Thanks.